guys, it's Sweetie Pie and welcome back to my channel. Hey, hi, how are you? Today, and I don't know why, I'm clapping. Today we are going to do a video that I found so intriguing. Okay, I watch the Makeup Breakup, which is from Beauty News, and I can't remember her actual name. I'm so bad with this kind of stuff. I have it pulled up on my phone. Oh, and sorry about my crinkly background. That won't be happening anymore because I am hanging my backgrounds up in the closet. Yeah. Anyway, her username is Kits Snitch, and I think they're Australian. They're the two Australian girls. Just by the Makeup is the other lady that does it with her, and yeah, I have loved all of their stuff. Both of their channels I am subscribed to. I wasn't subscribed to Kits Snitch for a while, and I was like, what the hell? I watch her videos all the time, so I subscribed to her, and they are both really great gals. But anyway, I was looking through you know, her channel, finding new videos to watch, and I eat up YouTube. I eat it up. I don't have cable. I exclusively watch like Geordie Shore and like MTV kind of stuff and YouTube exclusively. But anyway, I was going through and I come across a video called the Palette Roundup. I've been trying to come up with a way I can review some of these palettes because 90% of what I purchase a lot of the time is palettes. I have a great wall of palette boxes, you know, that I have shown on my channel, and I was trying to find a way that I could put a whole bunch of them together and, you know, just tell you what I think of them now after using them for, let's say, 3 months or 4 months. I'm going to, the way I'm going to do this is it is going to be after about 3 months or like 6 palettes, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to revisit the old ones and tell you what I think to this day. So I have gathered 2, 4, 6 palettes. Is that what I have? Yes, I have 6 palettes here that I have reviewed in the past little bit, and I want to revisit them with you guys. And if there are any older palettes that you see on my channel that you want me to take another look at, or you'd like to hear more about how I have thought after, you know, having them for a substantial amount of time, do I even use them? Then let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much to, oh, I'm going to put her name right here because I know it's just... I keep thinking Samantha, but I don't know. Sorry, I'm so sorry. But I loved this idea, and I hope you guys do. So yes, subscribe to my channel if you enjoy me, and I'm going to link her video down below. And yeah, all that jazz. Thank you guys so much, and let's get into this video. I'm so excited. Palettes, everything. All right, guys. So I'm so excited because I've got so many palettes here that I am in love with. All right, so I'm gonna go from like oldest to newest. The first one I have here is the TZ Cosmetics. I did not give this a fair enough review. Late at night, and I was trying to get the review out, and I just feel like it could have come across so different because TZ is an eBay brand, and I will try and link some of the like weird different palettes that I have in here that you may not be able to get in a lot of places. But this is the TZ palette, and it is all pressed glitters. These are some of the best glitters I have tried. The only problem I have is that without a glitter glue, they can definitely move around. So you do have to try and be careful what kind of primer you're using. And I think that with the Too Faced or the NYX glitter glue, you will love it. You will love it. It's very neutral toned. I put it down and then I'm like, pick it back up. It's very neutral and kind of Valentine's-like with that really deep red. And this, like, some of these are a little bit bigger glitters, but this one, the red one, is like these really tiny, very like shimmery glitters that were so pretty. I used this in a look, and I will link the the reviews that correspond with these in the description below so that you guys can, you know, at least check them out. But this one I wish I could review again because it's beautiful. The glitters stick to your eyes. They don't move around with glitter glue, and it is pigmented. I usually use my fingers, which can be very messy. You can use a brush, but you will be layering a little bit more. Definitely you want to do a lot of pressing motions where you want the glitter. And I would not recommend putting any glitter in your tear duct area besides like the Stila Glitter and Glows or the Essence ones. Oops. That's another video coming up. But yeah, there's also like the ColourPop ones. Those ones I would trust more in my inner waterline. These, I don't know. I think these should be for the lid. You could probably press them a little bit on the lower lash line, which wouldn't be bad, but the inner tear duct is a really, like you are tending to wipe there, and I don't want glitter to get in your eyes. That'd be terrible. But yeah, that is what I think of the TZ. It's their Galaxy eyeshadow palette, TZ Cosmetics. And I have a couple eyeshadow palettes from them too. They're pretty good. All right, then we have this. This is the NYX Brights. And honestly, I have not had a lot of good luck with NYX eyeshadows. The only ones that I've really liked were they're ones that come in the little pots that are really shimmery. This palette just, I don't know, it just really didn't do it for me. They swatch pretty good, honestly. Yeah, they really, well, that red, they really don't swatch that badly. It's just when I was blending them out, I'm not into the NYX. I think that they can be very dry. I think that they can be very hard to build. If you're looking for, actually, and this wasn't even cheap. I think this was close to $25 Canadian. So honestly, I think you can get cheaper eyeshadows that are better quality. I think that even maybe Morphe shadows would be better because I've seen some beautiful looks come out of the Morphe Brights palette. But I couldn't get a whole ton of beautiful looks out of this. The bottom row of, well, I guess it's the top row of the purples and the oranges are pretty good, but this top row is just a little bit finicky to me, so I haven't been using it a ton. I do want to give it a chance and maybe throw it in with the newest palette that I have in here and see if I can try and create some looks that are decent and of decent pigmentation and maybe even some matte looks. But like the shimmers that they've put in here, they fall very flat for me. So yeah, there is the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette. And that was like $25. So that's what made me so about it. Alright, so the next one we have is the ColourPop All I See Is Magic palette. And if you watched that review, you will know that I actually keep all of my ColourPop shadows in one of these, I guess they're like cheaper eBay palettes, and I have been using this quite a bit. This has the All I See Is Magic palette. It has a oh my goodness, the one from Sephora. I'll put it right down here, and then I also have the My Little Pony palette in here, and then I have some Coastal Scents eyeshadows. So this is what it looks like, and I just got some magnet paper and I put it on the bottom, and it's like this thick, and it's just like a magnet. And then what I did, because I didn't want to get the colors like too mussed up, I wanted to still be able to tell what color it was, I actually put little I printed them out on the computer in like 8 size print, and then I put some double-sided tape on them. Like this one is Save It for Later. Very pretty color. And let's see here, what other colors really are like awesome. This one is great, and it's in the All I See Is Magic palette. It's Wishful Winking. It's one of those, it's one of those brown blue shadows. Really, really pretty. I'm trying to look for ones that are just in that palette, and I'm like, uh-oh. This one is in the My Little Pony. Regardless, oh, actually, I know this one is in it as well, and this is one of my favorite shadows. This is Tinseltown, and it is just this matte cranberry. So pretty, so pretty, So pretty. This one I haven't used a ton, but the 2 times that I did use it, it was beautiful. And this is Twinkle Toes. It is like this really green, not copper, like green bronze color. I don't know, the All I See Is Magic palette is beautiful, but I do love having all of these shadows in here from the 3 different palettes. I wasn't absolutely like so happy with the, oh, what was it called? You give me a moment. So yeah, the 3 palettes I have in there are the My Little Pony, the All I See Is Magic, and the Golden State of Mind. And this one, you absolutely must have a glitter glue, or you must dampen your brush, which is definitely going to ruin the shadows a little bit, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. If it gets hard pan, just scrape it a little bit, because these need liquids. They are a glitter finish. They need glitter glue or water. That was one of my Super Shock shadows on the floor. Yep. Alright guys, so next palette, this is becoming a little longer than I wanted it to be, but we will continue, is the Violet Voss hashtag palette. I just bought the rainbow palette. I'm so excited. Anyway, so the Violet Voss hashtag palette was my very first Violet Voss palette, and it looks like this. Now, I was a little bit disappointed, not in the quality of these shadows, but that they were made in the People's Republic of China. I just feel like for $60 for this palette, you could have bumped down the price a little bit, like a little bit, but the shadows are very pretty. And they are quite pigmented. I love the purples and the oranges in this palette. They do have a black. It is just a really pretty palette. This one, Life, does need a little bit of coaxing to go on the eye perfectly, but like honestly, let's take a look at these swatches here because I know they're beautiful. These are the type of a little bit powdery, but the metallics are just ba-bam, like they're in your face. And I kind of like those types of metallics that if you wet, they turn into liquid metal. So those are like right up my alley. I was pretty happy with the mattes in this palette as well. Like they blended really well on the eyes. I think they could have added a couple more. They have this entire top row of mattes and then 2 more right here. And then they have a couple mattes in here, like this one, and, well, no, I'd say that's more of like a shimmer. But this one right here is, like, it's a matte, but it's kind of shimmery a little bit. So they kind of tried, but I think they could have added a couple more, like, more berry tones or a peach. You know, there's always something to improve on, but the quality was there and I'm super excited to get the rainbow palette today. All right, so I have 2 palettes left. The first one, I was so happy about this. This is the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne. I have spelled her name wrong so many times and I hate that. When I first put my video up on this palette, and of course it'll all be linked in the bottom, I totally spelled her name wrong and I felt so bad. I'm bad with names. I can't remember names. Usually your username is what I remember you by. So, Kristen Leanne, her name was spelt intense, but this palette is beyond beautiful. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a weird layout, blah, blah, blah. You honestly, like, this is somewhat of a supplementary palette. She does have another palette that has just neutrals in it. You know what? I don't really need that. I can always pull out, for instance, my ColourPop palette, and then pull this one in. They have some of the most beautiful, beautiful colors in here. This one, Dye, D-Y-E, is so beautiful. And then Leo is like my favorite color in the palette. They have a split pan in here. Leo is an iridescent blue, and Brixton is an iridescent pink. The blue is so beautiful, and the purple is so pigmented. Those 2 blues on the side are just something magical. And I'll just give you, see that blue? These are magical shadows. If you were thinking about getting this, I totally would. And I think it was $39 if I'm not mistaken. I think it was $39 if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, I will definitely try and put the prices of these palettes down here. A lot of the time I do not do like, I try to do it in my, my reviews, but the amount of shadow doesn't really matter that much to me, because even if you only have a few palettes in your collection, I very much doubt that you're going to hit pan on colors like this. Now, I could definitely see myself hitting pan on like that gold there. It is absolutely phenomenal, but in all honesty, I probably will not end up hitting pan on my eyeshadows anytime soon. So yeah, I will link it and you can see like the comparisons in my review for that. It's a beautiful palette. The shimmers are absolutely beautiful. I think I like it better than my heavy metals palette, but I do want to pull that out again and like start using it again. I might do a tutorial, and then I'll always, if the palette isn't available anymore, I will always put dupes for the shadows that I use in the description, so stay tuned for that, because I do like to use some of the palettes that are you know, limited edition. So yeah, so people don't get upset, I will put in some dupes. Anyway, last palette. This palette I got on sale at Sephora, of course. It is the Kat Von D Pastel Goth, and I love this palette. It's so pretty, like, oh my gosh, and Kat Von D knocks it out of the park when it comes to shadows. I love Kat Von D's shadows. They are pigmented. Some people find them hard to blend. I don't personally, but some people do find the pigmentation is a little much. These are the most pigmented pastels you will ever own. And instead of putting a black in, I was really happy that she put in this gray. It is very hard to find gray shadows, and the white is like so freaking white. Like, it's so white. Very pretty. I was so highly expecting that this palette would be good, and it totally is. So if you're looking for some like fun pastel colors that you can put in with like the Kristen Leanne, the Violet Voss, any of these palettes would totally go well with any of like with this palette. Oh, the NYX one that I was saying, I really want to do that. Anyway, guys, those are all the palettes. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that about any of these palettes, comments down below. I am here to answer your questions. I tried to go somewhat fast through this video because there was a lot of palettes to go through, but the only one that I was not calling for and that I was disappointed in was the NYX Ultimate Brights palette. I just don't think that $25 is worth it. Remember, I am from Canada, so it will be substantially cheaper, but honestly, it's still expensive for NYX, and I wasn't that thrilled with it. So I hope you guys understand my opinion, and if you guys have a different opinion, that is totally 100% fine. We can totally still be friends. We can still be friends. I promise you, we can still be friends. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, and you can click the video right here or right here. There, I'm sure there's something else on my channel that you will enjoy, and you can always click on the face. Alright, love you guys so much. Bye!